It's a fresh start for the Lions off the first ever 0-16 season, but let's be honest, for the Saints, it's a new start too because an 8-8 year last year was pretty disappointing for Drew Brees and company as well. Hey, how are you folks? Jason Horowitz, NFL.com's Pat Kirwan. Glad to be with you on the NFL preview show presented by Tyson Anytizers. Detroit on the road at New Orleans. And Pat, let's start with the better of the two teams here, and that's the Saints. What do you expect differently here this season?
Well, I think the offense is in full gear. They scored 100 points in preseason. They're really operating quite well. They're going to be a little shortchanged without Pierre Thomas, but I think the defense is better. They hired Greg Williams. They stockpile some people on the defensive line. They're pressuring with people, and they're going to attack with safeties and corners like they have in the past. The defense will play better. And
that's maybe something that Detroit was looking at when they made the decision to start Matt Stafford. That's the other big storyline here, of course, for this. There's two really with Detroit. The fact that they're coming off the 0-16 season, the new head coach, new staff, new everything, but also the fact that they're starting Matt Stafford, which takes number one.
Well, you know, I wouldn't have started him in a game like this, and I thought the right time to start him personally was at the bye when you had the Rams come into town and give him a chance to see what pro football is all about. To ask him to go on in an indoor arena on the road against this offense where you might have to play catch-up all the time, you're asking for a lot of trouble. The guy threw one touchdown this summer, 4 interceptions. Can you imagine if you give Brees an extra series start or two because of turnovers, interceptions, things like that? You're going to have more problems than you ever wish for.
What do you ask a rookie quarterback, and we could talk about this, and we will when we talk about the Jets and the Texans, what do you ask him to do in his first game?
You know, I'd play it close to the vest, and I wouldn't take the bait that a defensive-minded or an offensive-minded head coach would take if you were down 10 points with a veteran quarterback and go to your 2-minute mode and try to catch up. You can't do that with this kid. He's not ready to do it. It's a one-receiver offense. It's an offense that should stay in the running game even when they're down. Lane Kiffin did this when he first went to Oakland. They would be down by 14 points, but he wouldn't leave the running game, and I think they have to do the same thing.
One of the big reasons why Kevin Smith may have a big year for the Lions is second-year running back out of Central Florida. On the other side, Pat, you talked about the New Orleans offense. They're going up against a defense that was horrid last year. They couldn't stop the run, they couldn't stop the pass, and they couldn't stop the big play. What's going to look different this year?
Well, I think, you know, Coach Schwartz is going to do a nice job here of getting bigger. They were undersized speed defense last year. They couldn't play and hold up against power, but they're not playing a power team this week. This is the week you might want a little more speed in your defense getting upfield against Brees, although Brees gets rid of the ball so fast. I think they're built okay to stop the running teams, but this team's not going to do that at home. They're going to come out and pass. Not a good matchup for Detroit right now.
And possibly another reason, Pierre Thomas, who was expected to be the starting running back for the Saints all year long, not expected to go on Sunday. If he does, that's something you can catch here on CBSSports.com. Pat, long haul for this team. Let's do the Saints real quickly. Defense, you said you think they're going to be better. Are they a playoff team?
I think they're a playoff team. You know, to win the division, they got to get past Atlanta. Carolina's no slouch. I think Tampa Bay's got a year off here as it relates to the race. The Saints defense, it'll really, to me, star caps will play a big role in this. They're not suspended this week, but if they get suspended and take a month off, that's going to affect this defense, and they could be back in some trouble.
The starting defensive ends, Johnson and Grant. This week, you like the Saints to win?
I like the Saints big in this game to win this game. I think Detroit's struggling again, and the momentum and the frustration of the losing streak continues. And I hope the fans, you're a Detroit fan, I hope they don't put it on Matt Stafford.
Well, they have lost 17 in a row dating back to 2007. We'll see how long that streak continues. Pat likes it to get to 18 here in Week 1. For more on the Lions and the Saints, be sure to stay with CBSSports.com. Check out everything else all over the NFL, check out everything else all over the CBS Audience Network as well. There we go, we got it out there. That's it for the NFL Preview Show presented by Tyson Anytizers, the meaty good man snack. For Pat Kirwan, I'm Jason Horowitz. Take care, folks.